Good evening. It's March 10th, 9 p.m. Oh, and there's some audio dubbing. 9 p.m. Let's fix that. Echoing. Oh, what's this whistle? Oh, the game is starting. It's a mess again today. My machine is updating on all areas. I think it's been patch last Tuesday, so I get all new things on my machine while I don't want that yet. Let's first start the show. In the meantime, I need to trigger my VM, my coding window. Still need to log in there. And I need to mute my phone as well. Otherwise, I get all these soccer messages in between. Let's find the password here. Even my VM is updating, I think. Let's check if the streams are working. Twitch is working. My cables are in a nut. YouTube is working. Let's say hello in the chat. Coding windows up and running. Let's switch to the code window there. Okay, let's see if the Office Blazor add-ins is still working. When Word, where we left off last week. Really don't remember. Blank document. Let's check what add-in we are running here. Shared folder. Refresh. That's the production version. Show task pane. I see that I need to optimize the images also a little bit because it's slow on loading. I think we added something here maybe. Yeah. We updated the window setup. Insert some content controls. Modify the content controls with some tags. So we need to continue with that today. Also, if we, I remember what we did. The paragraphs page here. Insert some paragraphs. Now we have 8 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that's right. And now there are 5. So this is interacting with the document a little bit. It's not that we use events here, but it's reading the paragraph counter and returns that. So we had some back and forth interaction, interop with JavaScript there. And Blazor, C#, Office add-in in C#. So that's nice. So I want to continue today with the content control interaction to see if the events are also working. if we can get that to work in this context. Blazor add-in. And I still need to remove the snowman there. But we will do that in another time. And I deleted the description on my YouTube video, my live stream for now, because I clicked the wrong button and that was not what I planned to do. Also, I have an eye on the soccer game. Looks like 0-0. No. Let's see. Go to the Solution Explorer here. Today we want to continue with the index page. Tag, and we want to split the items in here. The downside of having this big font for streaming is that there's not much on the screen to show. Let's have a look. Tag and add event handler controls. What do we have in place here? Set a document that will add the paragraphs. That's step 1. Used to be a shortcut to add in header information, but that's probably only on C#. Step 1, add some paragraphs. To the document. That's inserting one paragraph, another paragraph, another. Let's build this and then see if we get the localhost version in order to be able to debug. Build succeeded and it did copy the file. So now we have the manifest file in here. That should be the localhost version. It is. So we can close this now. And go to the layout. this. Najert. Good evening. How are you doing today? Ready to work again? Working on a project? Sleeping? Let's make this the same thing as this part here. Samples. Working. Yeah. I'm working too here, but that's for fun. Setup, page setup. Paragraph. This will add some initial paragraphs to the document. Yeah, sorry about Ukraine. Yeah, although I think Russia is not making that much progress, but they are fighting more dirty fighting these days, bombing hospitals and civilian areas. That's terrible. This will add some initial paragraphs to the document and then insert content controls on each of the paragraphs. Let's go here. No, not there. JavaScript file. That's step 2. Yeah, in Syria that's a different situation because in Ukraine they are already in a democracy, so people get to vote who is their leader. And in Syria there is like in Russia, it's just a dictator. Yeah, but depending on who you ask, obviously. People in Russia don't think they are ruled by a dictator. Add create content controls. Content controls from the paragraphs. So this is collecting the current document, then loads all. And then collecting all the paragraphs without any information, syncing that again. And then for each of the paragraphs, content control is inserted. Well, this is tagging the content control. We want to separate that. You're really right. Syria people not fight for their place. Well, the rebels do. They escape and come to Turkey. Yeah. No, it's definitely not good for mankind, at least. So what did we call this second button? Second button, content control. try it out. Convert to content controls. Ah, there we have a YouTube spammer again with these fake YouTube links. Thanks for that, but that does not really help. Button says insert content controls, so that's right. So I now need to remove the tag part because I want to put that in a separate file, separate process function. Just for demonstration purposes. So that should be something like tag content controls. Maybe I already have a separate one here. This is now duplicate, it's not needed anymore. So this is step 3. Tag each content control. Can you take me a little roadmap with three sentences on how can I be a good programmer? How to be a good programmer? Always, I think you can write books on this. How to be a good programmer. I think the first thing of being a good programmer is to check and double check and learn your logic. That's important. 2 to 3 sentences. It also depends on what kind of programmer are you looking for. What do you want to be? Full stack programmer or backend and database programmer, or there's so much choice in that area. Tag. Traverses each content control of the document and wraps a content control on each. No, that's already the text from the other one. I'll start with front end and then I will get jobs. I want to be a full stack. Yeah, the difficult part with this is that you usually also have to interact with the backend, and I'm not sure really how to separate this. I think what you should do is what I do on Tuesdays is start your own website. I'm building the website www.software in software. That started with nothing. And this is also a Blazor WebAssembly website. Starting with nothing. Then create some header and some footer information on your page. And then you think of a subject that you want to add in the menu. And from that you start building your front end. In my case, I created a front end for all my live videos in here. And for instance, I was now working on the gear that I'm using, like the lights I have over here and my microphone. You see the microphone over here, that's this one. And to do so, you need to have a lot of things in place, like in this case also the database. This is running on SQLite database, a small little database. This is the homepage is interacting with the API on YouTube to collect all the video information and to find where it's going. If I click on this, then it will open the page on YouTube. But while you are building this, you learn also a lot of things from programming itself. You're learning the language, you're learning how to handle databases, you're learning how to create some UI in there. You learn how to style things with, in my case here, Bootstrap. There's a lot going on if you want to be a developer. Obviously, you also need to have some knowledge on computers. What are you running on? Will your application be running on a Mac, on Windows, or whatever? Linux maybe? Will you create APIs to interact? Because this one I created an API to remote into the list of YouTube. What do you have more? Documentation. Obviously also you need to create things on GitHub, because if you are programming, you also need to learn where you put your code, and you have to check your code in on GitHub. For instance, you need to create pipelines to build it. If I check in my code here, then automatically it will build the code and create a website online. You also need to go to create a hosting environment, like in this case, this is running in an Azure environment, but you can also go to AWS. On Amazon. So that's really, you have to learn a lot. When I started programming, it was, I think, a lot easier, because you could just create a little application, and with a few lines you could build your client application, and then you had a little window application. One user. Let me follow you. Oh, really? This, I saw you following me last week, I think. Follow. Well, there's already something in there. You're doing a good job. If you look at mine, your is more occupied than mine, I think, if you go in here. Happy Thursday, Defines. This is mine. You see that mine is usually on Thursday and on Tuesday. Obviously my work items are not in there, my daily work items, because they are in private repos. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's almost weekend again. In a couple of hours it's already Friday. That's the last day of the week. Oh while we are in here, we can also have a look at the project administration. You have your project. That's also something you need to keep track of. Create your project in here and then put in all the items that you come to mind, that you think of doing in there for this little project. And I have 2 of these projects. This is the Office add-in that we are working on today. But the other project is in this one. The project for today is in the beta project, and the other one is in the production project, because this did not exist when I created that. This is the website. All the items that I need to do for the website. You can also see the things that I already did there, like little things like create a fav icon. That's that little thingy there in my face. So lots of the things that you need to do there. That's also another thing that obviously I was not the only one thinking of how to put things in this profile. Copying is a good thing. If you look at the source code from this item, it's in the I think there's a special structure for that. If you go to the repositories, then there's a special project in here with your username. If you put a README in there, you can edit the README. This is in markup. This will show up in your profile. Just create a separate repository for that. I think GitHub might even help you with that by default. Then you can add all these other things in there. 27 followers already. Oh, that's just a tag. If you go and have a look at a raw file in here, then you can see I'm making use of some shields there. GitHub shield. If you put your username in there, I think, do I have my username still on? Let's copy that. Copy, Notepad, and bring in your username. Copy. Oh, where did it go? Copy this and open that in a new browser. Let's see what this will do. See, you already have 2 followers. Is that showing in the chat? Oh no, only the link is showing. Let's see if this one works. Copy. Oh. Okay. Not sure why that's not working. Well, at least you have your little button there with your followers. It's actually fun to create good profile. GitHub. On the 27 contributions. And this is surprising. For me, it's surprising. JavaScript is the main language for me in here, 48.52%. Even though I'm actually a C# developer. Building website needs so much JavaScript that the majority of the code apparently is JavaScript. Also the Office add-ins are JavaScript. So while on GitHub I'm actually only doing a small part of the code in C#, and I try to get that up a little bit by creating this Blazor add-in. So this is now, I'm going to separate this part from step 2 into a separate step 3. Let's split this and see if it's the same. Content control tagged. That's this one. Current document content controls collects the content controls from the document, and then for each of these items, going over the content controls, and the even content controls are tagged even, and the odd content controls will be tagged obviously as odd. And then some handlers are added here as well. And these are not working. At least that's what we found when debugging in Office JavaScript. So this one can now go. Go to content controls. Remove all the tagging there. Delete. Now we have a duplicate context sync there. And there's no tagging here, so that can also go. So step 3 will be tag each content control by marking them as even and odd. So we need to bring that in another button there. Let's return that back to normal. Go into the UI. There, we have insert them. Now we, what's the modify doing? No. Modify is doing this one, modify content controls in here. Yeah, happy working. So soon it will be happy Friday also. Modify content controls. That's actually the tagging. So this was already done here. appearance tags. So this creates the colors on it. That's step 3. Or step 4 maybe. Oh. Where is it? Goodbye, good night. Modify content controls. Put that back again. Control X, go to the bottom. Content control, red, title, tags. Let's check what it was looking like. Did look like. Can we still do that? I don't think so. Because I already changed it. So what I did was remove the tags from there and bring that in between. So this should be step 3, the other one is step 4. So we need to add another button in there. Let's check that what that will do. Modify. Go to the UI. No. UI, there we are. Add another step in here. Copy. Tag content controls. Page, oh, we did do step 1, page setup. This will add some initial paragraphs to the document. Then convert to content controls. This will convert each paragraph surrounded by a content control. Then we want to tag the content controls. Tag content controls. Then modify the content controls, appearance and the content. This we need to change the title, convert content controls. Then tag content controls. Then modify, so this one needs to be changed into step 3, that's tag content controls. For that we also need a JavaScript interop thingy. Because now there is no button handler. Tag. Where's the UI there? That should be capital T. So let's run this. Let's have a look how that will show in the application. There we are, loading. Content controls. This sample demonstrates how to insert and change content control properties to do more description text here. Page setup. This will add some initial paragraphs to the document. That should have a dot after it. And the button. Document. Setup document. And even the, oh, this was nice. There was a check mark during the hot reload. Convert to content controls. This will convert each paragraph surrounded by a content control. Tag content controls mark is odd and even. Tag content controls. Then modify content controls appearance and content. Let's see how this works in Windows Word. Start with a blank document. Let's make sure that we have the right add-in loaded. Shared folder, it's localhost version already, so that's good. Add. So now we should get the updated version. And we do setup document. This adds the paragraphs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then convert the paragraphs into content controls. And it did that. Now we want to tag the content controls. And that's not working how I expected it to be. Let's have a look what the error is there. Could not find tag content controls. Tag content controls was undefined. Tag controls is the JavaScript version. Tag control, yeah, that's not exported. You need to export the function. That's that. And I think from the changes in the other page, what was it? Interactive paragraphs. And here we created a const for the current document. So let's make that consistent in here. Let's do that with step 1, 2. This is just interacting with the context immediately because there's no syncing. Second one is actually going to get the context. Let's stop the running application. Current document. That's now also a constant file thing. Then step 4. Is that exported? Yes, that's exported. Let's make it a little bit more readable by adding some space in there. Some air. Some people hate that if you do that. I think overall it makes it much more readable, but it also takes up a lot more space in your lines. Okay, let's try again. Let's close all these things and rebuild it again. Don't save. Close that. What's this? That's the website. Okay, let's build and run. Open it in Word again. I think we can try without adding it. Let's make sure we Ctrl F5 reloading it. Setup document. Converting to content controls. Now we have content controls. Then tag the content controls. Still not working. Okay. Smiling. Yo yo my bra. Bro. Bra. A bra is something else. Ctrl Shift I. think I already did that. Where's my inspector going there? Console, what is it complaining about? Add, reading add. Cannot read properties of undefined reading add. Gen Z migration in progress. Yeah, I think I'm a boomer. I think. Google Generation Z. Zoomers. That I didn't know that Z was for Zoomers. This is interesting. See, I'm a baby boomer. I'm just a baby boomer. I'm from 64. Then Generation X, Millennials. Where did the Generation I go? And do you see we're already in the Generation Alpha? So what's coming after Alpha? Mid-2020s, that's 2025. The Alpha generation. Alpha generation. What's marking the Alpha generation? What was this? Oh, that's YouTube. Let's not do that. Decision makers. The Alpha generation are decision makers, apparently. Not sure why, but the baby boomers are basically building the country up from after the World War II. Well, so the Generation Alpha might be the World War III generation if we won't be careful. Why was this failing? Cannot read add. Reading add. Let's have a look at the code. We're doing some add things. That is not working. Yeah, that's the handler is not working. If we look at the documentation, the documentation is the content control, event handler, there should be an add add event. Custom events. That's on Excel. Handle deletion. This is from someone from the Office team. On deleted. What do we do over here? On deleted. Event handling in Word is the same as event handling in Excel. For example, you attach a handler to the worksheet on changed event like this. This is the changed handler. So do we just miss this one? I think we don't have this available. See, there's no handler. There's the documentation. On delete. On deleted. There you are. This API provided is a preview for developers to make changes based on the feedback. Do not use this API in production environment. There's the deleted thing. Copy. Where is it? Step 3, there. So we bring in the handler there. Copy. And as we are not using JavaScript, type annotation can only be used in TypeScript files. And what's this? Do we have a version without TypeScript? Copy. Go to GitHub. Duplicate this tab. Let's search for this one. In this user. Let's see if I have something myself. Nothing. All of GitHub. There's something in the code there. Scala, a lot of Scala. wonder what that is with Scala. YAML. Let's have a look here. Where's my Fish Studio there? Rust is interesting. Yeah, Rust is quite popular, I think. Search for it. Nothing. That's on my own page. Wonder why I don't have the handler in there. I think maybe it's in the gist. I also have some gist. Gist. Two in YAML. Why is it in YAML? Content control bindings. Let's have a look at this. There it is. The other one, selection changed. Let's copy that as well. Content control added. That's interesting when you Google things and you find your own code to bring the solution. Insert content controls. Do I have that in place as well? So this is an event on the document. Copy, insert content controls. Load and then sync, and then adding the event handler. Load and sync, and then the event handler. Now I need to bring in the handler as well. Copy. The handler must be created, I think, before the function. Content control added. Let's first try this with the content control added. So then disable these two for now. Let's close all the running instances. Don't save. Add in the running window. Well, we can now remove this. Word content control. And GitHub. Let's leave that open for now and run it. It's loading, so put in Windows Word again. Reload it and then open the developer window. Where's my, maybe F12? No. It's not showing my inspect automatically for some strange reason. Let's make this a little bit smaller, so that we can put the dev window next to it. Yeah, console. Let's set up the document. There was no output for that. Convert to content controls. Oops. Oopsie. That's not working. Dun, 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 dun. That's the same message. Why is that the same message? Let's try it again. Convert content controls. That's like I think that's this one. Where's the UI there? Second one, convert content controls, doing insert content controls. We need to fix the naming there. Good night and happy coding. Yeah, you too. How's our soccer team doing today? I have to keep an eye on that. Oh, we're behind 1-0. Go live. Live scores. I'm especially interested in this one. And this should win, not this one. No. Okay, continue where we were. We need to fix the naming there, because because that's not matching what it's doing. Insert content controls. So have a look at the C#. That's doing then insert content controls. This one going to insert content controls again in JavaScript. That's this one, and it's failing on this one. Does that exist? Yeah, that exists. Can we break on that? No, we can't. So why is that failing? Let's try the real. Oh, no, it is activated from this one. What does it say over here? Cannot read properties of undefined. Properties of undefined. Do we need to sync it first? No, that's done. But because this is async, cannot read properties of undefined reading add. I think this has to do with the loading not finished yet. Let's have a look at the gist in a minute, because I think it's not loading it async. That's in here. Oh, it is. Request info. That's not related to content control edit. That's incorrect. I think that's not related to that at all. IntelliSense is unable to determine the accuracy of this completion item. Yeah. IntelliSense is unable to determine the accuracy. Accuracy of this completion item. Of this completion item. But that's just for TypeScript, I think. Configuring IntelliSense. Well, that's also a solution for myself again. IntelliSense. Oh, that did change. Did that change? Yeah, they completely changed the URLs there. The list is much bigger if you compare this to what it was. Duplicate tab and then go back. This was what it looked like. API 1.1 to 1.3. Is there a word in there? There. Still 1.3. Get JavaScript IntelliSense in Visual Studio 2019. When you use Visual Studio 2019 to develop Office, and then you can use JSDoc to enable intelligence for your JavaScript variables, objects, parameters, and return values. This article provides an overview of JSDoc and how you can use it to create intelligence in Visual Studio. For more details, see JavaScript intelligence and JavaScript doc support. You need to provide the definitions of the types in OfficeJS to Visual Studio. To do this, you can have a local copy of OfficeJS files in a folder in your solution named Office/1. The Office add-in project templates in Visual Studio add this local copy when you create an add-in project. But we don't have an add-in project, I think. Use an you can do two things. You can use an online version by OfficeJS by adding a TS converted with a TypeScript JSON file to the root of the web application. But that requires your application to be TypeScript. Convert to TypeScript. That might be a different step. If you want to do change it to TypeScript later on. That's not for now. We can try putting that on the list here. Projects, project, Blazor add-in. TypeScript support maybe. So why is this not working? And this is my gist thingy. We can see if that's still working. If you go to, let's start WinWord again. New instance of WinWord. Oh, why is my scroller thingy not right? That's terrible. Is that better? There it goes. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter. On Twitter. Let's see if the Twitter handle is okay. Contact, Twitter pages. Yes, that's actually live streaming now. So that's good. My scroller is now updated, showing the GitHub page. Back to business. Yeah, we were running Windows Word there. So a blank thing. Then we have a script. Need to insert script lab. Script lab. Add. Okay, got it. Code. This is actually the same thing, but without the handlers, I think. So, load my snippets. Sign in. Log in with GitHub, open the following URL in the browser. Copy that. Where's Word? There. Content control bindings. That's the one. There's the handler. Let's try to run this. Open console. Setup. So this is basically the same thing. Then insert content controls. This one is working. Content control added. Adds binding to the selected text, but at least this one is working. Clear. Let's have a look here. Go back to the code. Setup, that was adding the paragraphs. And insert content controls. Oh, maybe that's because we created a const of this. That could be the issue, maybe. Let's open, keep it open. Go to the code here. So maybe we need to make this a let again. Stop the other window. Don't save. Let's build it. Stop debugging, yes. Oh. That was built. Now open it. Windward. Setup document. That's still not working. Inspect. So what's different if we compare this to the gist on, where is it? Here. Async function, insert controls. Await word run async context fat arrow. That current document is context document. Current document load all. Await sync. Then we have exact same thing here. Current document on content control added, add, handle, content control added. Except maybe the location of this. Is after that. And I put it first. Can't imagine that this will be making any difference if we put it after it. Or do we have to export it? Maybe we do need to export it as well. Export. because this one is not exported either. So maybe it's just not exposed. Let's bring that up again. Build. Oh yeah. Stop debugging. Yes. Happy coding. I feel a bit rusty tonight. Rust, do you get it? Rusty? Now I'm starting to explain my jokes. That's bad. That's bad. Should not do that. Let's close all these items here. That can leave there. Token can go. Demo code can stay for a while. This one can close. Let's run it. Winward. Blazor localhost. Setup document. And it's still not working. Type error. Async, handle content controls. The current document. Text. Content controls. This one content controls. This is undefined. 0 content controls, I think, here. Did I insert the right version of the Office JavaScript file? Copy. Yeah, that is the problem, that there's not much references for this. Track, on track. So let's review what version this is. Preview. API set beta. Let's check if I have the beta enabled in my application. I can open it by hand, I think, in here. No. That's part of index.html. Oh, really? Are you kidding me? I'm just using the normal version, not the API, not the preview version. There's even 1.1. There's a beta. This one. There we have the beta. Sucker. That should be the one, but there is also a 1.1 version. See, there's also 1.1. That's not there. What does this say? Version 2.3.0? That's identical, I think. I think this is somewhat identical. I'm not sure if that changed. But also open the beta version. It's also saying the same thing. Maybe we can save it and compare it with Visual Studio Code. Not one, and the other one is beta. Save as. Is there a save as? File. Save as. No. Save as. This one is beta, I think. C temp office beta.js. Then this one is 1.1. Save as. Then the last one, save as 1. Now go to ctemp. Then code. cmd code dot now. Is there an option to compare maybe? Yes, I trust the authors. This one. Compare. Is there a compare option? Learning new things again. Compare files, Visual Studio Code. Open both files in Visual Studio. From the left Explorer panel, right-click the first file and choose Select for Compare from the right menu. Okay. That's easy if you That is, if there's an option, open to the side, select for compare, yeah. Then do the other one as well. So that's identical. Also no change. So from the outside the OfficeJS, things are exactly the same. Wonder why. Let's test it then. If that's making no difference. You must use the preview version of the JavaScript from Office Content Delivery Network. You can install these with types preview. Beta hosted. This is exactly the one I think we already downloaded. Yeah. Okay. I'll just remove this. Replace beta with 1 or 1.1 for GA. Okay, let's clean things up a little bit. That can close. This one can close. We need to quickly rebuild it. DevTools. Don't save. You can leave that. Close the temp folder. Preview APIs. Let's leave that open for now. Bring all these things in the right location. This one. Clean. Now let's rebuild it with beta. Clean it. Clean solution. Now rebuild it. Run it. Now we should be able to load the beta functions. convert blank page. Open that. Setup document. Convert content controls. Now we converted it. Inspect. Console. See, we have 5 content controls added. Let's see what happens if we add another content control. Yeah, there's another one. And the event still fired. Let's do this side by side a little bit. No, it's not completely what I had in mind here. Create another one, and that's still working. Now, if we go here, we should have something in here. See, now this is no longer undefined. Handlers. Array 0, length. Callback. Length 1. There's one callback function. I think this is while the life cycle is going on for so go to the, where is it? Console again. I think now we have a new one. If I create one once more, see, that's not handling it anymore. So when this is reloaded, it's gone. So we have to trigger the event handler again. And I should remove the break there. Console, we have 5 content controls added. And another one. That's the 6th. So that works. Content control is active, the event handler is active. Now tag the content controls. That's even working. We have one even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. 6 tags handled. If you have a look at one of these items and go to design mode, you should see that if you look at the properties, this one is tagged even. And let's see if the event handler still works. That still works as well. The event handler is still alive. Until you close this, then it's gone. If I now reopen it, it will be no longer there. This should be fixed in the next version of Visual Studio. If I create another content control here, this will not do anything. See, nothing until we do convert the content controls. Now we have duplicate content controls all over the place. But now the event handler is back in place. There it is. Cool. Let's try that. And on some new code, still working. Go to the next step. We now created inserted content controls and tagged them. And the tag item is in the JavaScript file. Tagging them. I think this will fail. Also need to test if this add thing, if that needs to be exported as well. Let's try that without exporting. F5. I said F5, why is it not F5ing? Oops, there's my mic again. Let's see what the soccer game is doing. Oh, we lost 2-1. Too bad. Why is this failing here? Unexpected token, where? Where is the unexpected token? Do we just reload it? No. So what did I change? That was not working. Was that the export? No. Let's revert this quickly. I only test the export for now. Content control. Rebuild, yes, stop the debugger. F5. Sorry, excuse me. It's a long day. And it's loading now, so I'm not sure what was failing. Setup document, convert content controls. Now we have some event handler in place. Okay, you are. And that's even without exporting it, I think. Developer. And now we have a new one. So that still works. Don't save it. And now also check if we can revert back the current document. Oh, that's already done. Const. Oh, I changed the other one. Const. Build it. Man, I'm tired. F5. F5. Loading still works. What's this numbers coloring book? Interesting. That's what I needed when I had my 2-year-old child, but now they are adults already, so why is this not loading? Setup document, convert the content controls, tag the content controls. Now we should be seeing that we have here design mode and then properties even. So that did work. Okay, so next step would be to bring back one of the other event handlers. On selection changed. This is not right, because that's failing, I think. We don't have any static here. That's when it's TypeScript, I think. Should be the same format as this one. Copy. No. Arguments, yes. Run, word run, context, display this deleted content control IDs. I wonder if that event is available there. Let's start with something simple. Content control deleted. Save. Let's build it. Run. Again, I said run. Open Word. Blank document. Why is it already loading there? Setup document. Convert to document controls. Content controls. Tag content controls. That's failing. See, handle selection change is not defined. Handle selection change is not defined. That's my own thing. What? Just complaining that change is not defined. This one is not defined. Handle selection changed. And I created the deleted one. So we need to fix that. That's not right. We have to switch this. Handle content control deleted. Let's make sure that's the right one. F5. Word again. Still opening the... I think that's because the second window is open. Setup document, convert, and then tag. I think they tagged. So let's open the inspect window there. So let's delete something here. See, the handler is not working. The event handler is not working there. Maybe if we do it in the same process. If we don't do it manually, but do it right after the handler is instated here. So what if we do something like content control delete. I think I have that somewhere in place, the delete. Where's the delete? Setup document. There. Where did they go? There. Oh. True. That means it will also delete the text, I think. Save. F5. Win Word. Open. Setup document. Convert document controls. Now have the inspection. Then tag the content controls. This removed the content controls but left the text standing. So that's interesting. Don't save. Close that. So what if we do something like content control text, insert text. Blah, blah, blah. Google content control. Content control class. Insert break. Insert text. Option to replace the text. That's interesting. So the text will be this, and then insert location will be replace. Is that allowed? That's not allowed in JavaScript, I think. Replace. We can now close this one, I think. See, it's live coding. When was this? Control click. Let's see when this YouTube recording was. How long ago that was my first encounter with the content controls. December 2021 is not even that long ago. Let's close this. And then run this again from here. F5. Blank. Show task pane. Setup document. Convert to content controls. Tag content controls. Oh, let's first inspect. Then tag content controls. Blah 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 deleted. But there was nothing in here. So deleted is not working. Let's try it again, but now also removing the text. Oh, I'm saying it needed to be saved, but I didn't want to save it. Close that. Now make that delete false. Build. F5. Windows Word. Blank document. Almost a broken record doing the same thing each time again. Setup. Inspect. Look at the console. Convert. 5 content controls added. Now tag and delete. Now they're all gone, but the delete did not kick in. So that did not matter. Let's also bring in this. These handlers are non-functional. They should work, but but it's not activated. Let's see, what did I put in the demo here? Create the event. Data changed. Add bindings, so that's the other option. Data changed, selection changed. I think this is a good option to put in. Here. Oh. No. Delete it. Take that out. There should be args, arguments. Wonder if this is working. Content, control, deleted. Nothing. Is it searching for exact string? I don't think so. Well. Yeah, that's not looking for the exact string there. What if we look for... Let's do it a little bit simpler. Copy, paste. Is that the same? Let's find it in all these things. Yeah, it's the same. Go back to this one here. And copy this as well. Again for the second handler. Changed, selection changed, copy. Selection. Yes, we want to stop the debugger. Run it. Let's close this as well. Windward. Show task pane. Inspect. Console. Setup document. Convert to content controls. 5 content controls added. Tag the content controls. So now we should have tags on the content controls. Yeah. The selection change is not working. Modifying the content controls. Let's make the titles a little bit smaller if that's possible. Maybe also the text to make some space there, some room. Where's the layout file? There. H3, let's make that H5. copy, modify the content control. Tag and handle. That can just go because that's now in a separate item. Delete even content controls. Oh, I think this was commented. Yeah, see? So you just need to do this. Save. Maybe also make a little bit less space in between. Limit it to margin top to 3. Save. 5. Yeah, start in Word again. Console. Set the page up. Convert content controls. 5 content controls added. Tag the content controls. Add delete handler and change handler, but these are non-functional. Then modify. So look what the code, what the modify is doing. That collects all the content controls by tag even. So that's a collection. And then we get the length of the items. And for each of the even content controls, we change a few properties. We're setting the color, the title, and appearance is tags. And we do the same thing with auth content controls. And then insert paragraph. This is an auth content control at the end. Is that what we see in here as well? Yes. This is an even content control. Odd, even, odd. there's a strong, so I should also do that in here. And then syncs it back. Save. Setup. Convert. Tag. And modify. That's interesting. Oh, this is insert HTML. Huh, interesting. This is. Why is this done as HTML? Content controls OfficeJS insert HTML insert HTML. What's the difference? Why is this twice in there? Insert location string. The other option is insert location. Okay. Examples. Strong. This is strong. Was saying Control A, delete, and reload this. Setup document, convert, tag, and modify. Control F5. I need to rebuild it, I think. Don't save. Close that. Rebuild. F5. It's almost Friday, guys. At least on my location. Word. Blank thingy there. Setup document. Content controls. Tag. And modify. Why is this still showing bold? Did I change it to the wrong one? I changed it to the wrong one. Insert paragraph. So that's content control. Content control, insert paragraph, and place all the text rows and exemption in Word Online. Is that really true? Content controls, load, then function, items, insert paragraph, start, then function success. Error, stringify something. If that fails, not allowed. Content control, insert paragraph. Utilizes content control, insert paragraph, and place all the text. Inserting paragraph. Okay. Load ID. Thank you for reaching out about this. This GitHub repository is for reporting something blah blah, API function documentation. A member of the product team has been added. Essentially, the behavior that you reported is currently a limitation of the API in Word Online. That is, in Word Online, the paragraph method is only supported if that content control encompasses one or more paragraphs entirely. Setting the placeholder text property for content control is not currently supported. Really? I'm reopening the issue here in OfficeJS docs repository so we can track the need to update the docs for information. Transferring this issue from docs, internally tracked with something, then mentioned correcting description in the Word content control class. Merged. Documents have been applied. Docs will be updated the next time the API reference docs are generated, most likely later this week. So let's have a look at this. Place all the text. placeholder text is not supported on Word on the web. That's a bummer because it will fail. So it needs to be tracked. Methods are provided by Word API requirement set 1.1. This was 2018. On data changed, on deleted. Do not load this content control in the handler, otherwise you won't be able to get its original properties. On data changed. To get the new text, load the content control in the handler. To get the old text, do not load it. Okay. Well, that's something we need to get into next time, to have a look at the binding. But I think I should first bug the issue that the handler is not working for the content controls, that is. Content control binding, we need to do that next time. Yeah. Okay. Let's change the thing here in the code. Insert paragraph cannot be bold. Oh, yeah, do that. Step 4, modify the content controls to show off options for change options. So next time we will do a delete function. Delete and yeah, let's build this first. Already, let's test it. WinWord. No, that's not WinWord. WinWord without a D is no word. Show task pane. Set up document, insert the paragraphs, convert to content controls, then put tags on it. Now we have tags in here. Properties like that. Now visualize this. Putting in a counter and adding some text to each content control, showing that's odd or even. This one is added by insert paragraph. This part is added by insert HTML. So you can also do things with images and other markup in there. Good, so that's working. The handler is also working for inserting content controls. We have 5 content controls added now. If I create another one here, that's detected and handled. But the delete handler is still not working. So that's a bug in the API, in the OfficeJS API. So I need to bug that in on GitHub. Good. Let's wrap this up. Let's check this in. We change the index file. For a UI. This the C# file for the interop. The JavaScript file, the index.html. Why did we change that? How to use the beta version. We were using the general available version. Then the manifest file, that needs to be reverted. So revert that. Okay. Extended the content control. Features and added event handlers. Some handlers do not work due to bug in API. OfficeJS API. Delete and what was the other one? Selection changed. Handlers still do not work. Do not work due to bug in API. Commit all async. Pushing it to the web. Now go to GitHub. And go to the repo. See if the action is kicked in. It is, so it's building and deploying. This will take 4 minutes. So while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, or follow me on Twitch. And why is Twitch now failing? Did we get a network error? Still working. Building. Started 20 seconds, 1 minute. So it still needs 2-3 minutes. Is that true? Let's clean a little bit up here. This is really sad because we had more ball possession. Too bad. This completed. Still, now it's deploying. Let's do some cleaning up here before. There it is, ready. Now let's open Windows Word. Let's see if we now have the deployed version over here. Refresh, yes. Add, show the task pane. So this is the deployed version from Azure. Setup document is still working. That's still working. Oh, that's not working. What's the issue here? Could not find tag contact controls. I think this is, need to reload it, Control F5. What? Why is the tag content controls undefined? Tag, content controls, this one. Why is that undefined? Must be an issue. Some items are new because this is done. was this? Let's have a look here. Options, Trust Center, Catalog, clear all previously started web add-ins, cache, clear, yes, okay, 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 okay. Don't save. Now start it again. My add-ins. Shared folder, refresh, add. Get started with a new sample add-in, got it. Setup document, convert. Now it did work. It did work now. So it was a caching issue, as always. I don't really understand why the JavaScript apparently is not cached, was cached, while the HTML is not cached. Strange. Maybe it was just a delay in deployment. Reloading the application. So that's good. Don't save. That's okay now. No changes anymore. Stop Visual Studio. File is still downloading. What are we downloading then? Close the browser. Good. Let's wrap it up. Go to the main window here. So what we did here was extending the content control section of the first page. And adding the event handlers, as we also did in the gist. That's interesting stuff to see that it's still working in the Blazor context. The event handler for the delete content control and the selection change content control apparently still don't work in the current API for Windows Word, OfficeJS. I will file a bug for that. I already contacted the team for that. That it's apparently not working, but I was suggested to file a bug and I forgot all about it. But I will do that at least between now and next week. So thanks for watching, everyone. I think we don't have enough people on the stream now to rate, although we have now 4 people. Let's see if there's someone available there. No, not really. Okay, let's wrap it up then. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time. I will be back on next Tuesday for Blazor development on my website. The office development part is what we do today, or I should say yesterday, because it's Friday already in my place. That will be on Thursday. No, not on Thursday next week, because there's a soccer match going on that I have to attend. So probably will be there on Wednesday next week. But it will be on the schedule on Twitch. If you just go into the settings for Twitch and see look my schedule up, and then you will see it's either Wednesday or Thursday, but at least on Thursday for the Blazor web development. Thanks for watching and see you next week.